Wolfhound.
Money.
It's an Irish Wolfhound. Hey horse lovers, welcome back to Free Spirit Equestrian. I am super excited to tell you that I am in Wyoming at Bitterroot Ranch, and we are going to be doing an amazing 4 to 5 day trip. It is going to be absolutely fantastic. We're going to ride today 4 to 5 hours from camp up into the mountains at cow camp, and we're going to work cattle. It's going to be an amazing experience, and I cannot wait to bring you with me. This is going to be so much fun. Bitterroot Ranch has over 100 head of horses, and it's really neat to see their variety and all of them together. Now I'm going to get to meet my mount, Rummy. She's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm so excited to ride her over the duration of our trip. We're getting ready to go mount up, and of course we're going to have 2 guides that are going to be taking us up into the mountains at cow camp, and they'll be spending the duration of our trip with us. Very exciting, and I can't wait for you to get to know them a little bit more. This here is Ruby, and right now I'm just adjusting my stirrups, getting ready to get on my mount, Rummy. I am so excited. It has been a long trip. We flew from Michigan, then we had to drive from Salt Lake this morning, which was about 6 hours, so a very early day. And right now it's about 10:30 a.m. So we are excited to get going and ride. I cannot wait. Of course, I want to get to know Rummy a little bit more, so I'm letting her smell me. I'm petting her. She is an absolute sweetheart. It's time to mount up, so the guides always help us get on just because we don't know the horses, regardless of your experience level. Unfortunately, the saddle stirrups were too long, even at the shortest length of the hole in the stirrups. So I had to be that person. We had to switch saddles. But for all the riding we're going to do, I definitely wanted to make sure that my stirrups were the appropriate length. Now we are leaving the ranch and heading up to cow camp in the mountains. Ross is our main guide and our leader, and you're going to get to know him a lot more throughout the duration of this video. Oh. So we just left the ranch and we're heading out to cow camp. It's going to be really fun. Everyone's doing good so far. It's gorgeous, perfect weather. Ross is our leader. Look at this beautiful scenery. Bitterroot Ranch offers many different types of experiences. You can stay at the ranch, they have cabins, they have different types of rides you can do. However, we elected for the backcountry, off-the-grid, rustic experience, and I cannot wait to disconnect from everything in the outside world and really just spend time out in nature with the horses. This part of the trip is really desert-like. However, there's so many different varieties of terrain, and you're going to get to see this. It goes from being rocky, desert, desolate, to green and lush, to creeks and mountains and rivers. It's quite beautiful. And with the cow camp experience, you have a small group, so it's a lot more intimate. The groups are never larger than 4 to 6 people, plus the guides. So that is the really, really cool part about this. Yeah. Right. Ross is the main guide, like I was saying, for this trip, and he is a really exceptional, unique individual. These are his string of horses. So all the horses you're going to be seeing from here on out are his horses. He owns about 10 of them, and this is his thing, like going to cow camp, giving us that experience. And it's just a really unique lifestyle. This is what he does all summer, and I think it's amazing. For me, this is a very unique experience because, as most of you know, I have horses and I trail ride them, I take them camping, I go all over the place. If you're new to the channel, that's a little bit of what I do. But also, I haven't been able to explore Wyoming and Idaho and Montana like on horseback. I used to live in California and Washington, and I did a few trail rides with my own horses out there. But being here out west in the mountains is totally unique, and I'm really happy that I get to experience this as a vacation. All right, so we're about 3.5 hours into our ride. We are gonna take a break, relax, have a picnic up on top of the mountain. We're gonna tie the horses to trees. By the way, this is Penny. She's a border collie. You'll get to see a lot of her as well.
What would you guys like? Is it what? Yeah, it's always me.
So we just had a picnic and now we are out riding again, still heading to cow camp. We are getting closer and closer to cow camp. I'm very eager to see what it looks like. The views and the scenes have been absolutely breathtaking. I just have never seen this type of vast landscape before, and to see it on horseback is absolutely incredible. There are a lot of little creeks and streams the horses can drink from. They get a lot of breaks too. They're very well cared for, which is really important to me when I'm riding other people's horses or doing any type of equestrian trips or vacations. So that was really nice to see. Now we are very close to cow camp, which you can see for obvious reasons. Really, really nice cattle. Awesome to see them. This is so authentic. This is the real deal. Like, these are their actual cattle. We are actually riding to stay here to monitor them, make sure they're in the correct areas. This is authentic as you get for an equestrian vacation experience. So that's what really drew me to this. This calf was laying down, so we're just making sure it's sleeping and that nothing's wrong, that it's not sick or injured or anything. So we're just approaching. As you can see there, the calf looks pretty good, so that's good. Now they're like, why did you interrupt our sleep?
All right.
We are so close. There's cow camp. Cannot wait to see what it looks like up close. Really hope you're enjoying this journey thus far, horse lovers. Okay, so we just arrived at cow camp. I'm sunburned. We finally made it after a 5-hour ride in the blazing sun up in the mountains. Here you see our canvas tents that we'll be sleeping in for the next few days. There's also a rustic cabin, another canvas tent, a couple other little buildings, which I'm going to show you up close. But we are just so happy that we made it, and we can see, I love how it's in like a valley surrounded by gorgeous trees and foothills and mountains. Absolutely spectacular. You cannot get any more authentic and better than this. I'm really excited to see like what we end up doing here, what our routine is, how things go. But first comes first, we need to get off the horses, untack, and get them settled in. All right, let me give you a tour of cow camp. It's absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. As you can see here, we have a campfire. This is a rustic cabin that was built in 1930. It's really neat inside. There is no plumbing, electricity, or Wi-Fi here, but we do have the cabin to hold supplies or anything that we may need. Again, it's very neat. This is the view from outside the cabin. We have the campfire over there. The horses' pen is over there as well. This is a canvas tent that we eat breakfast and dinner under. Gorgeous, absolutely breathtaking here. What I found was really interesting is that the horses are able to roam free. As you can see, it is fenced, but it's a 100-acre pasture, which is huge, but they do stick around. As far as going to the bathroom, we have an outhouse. It's up this super steep hill. So if you gotta go, you come up here and that's the view. So we're about ready to eat dinner at cow camp. We rode for quite a while today, like 5 hours, as you saw, and you got a good view of camp as well. So really hope you're enjoying. On this trip, you get breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And the really neat part is that dinner and breakfast is cooked over a campfire. It is absolutely delicious. And then as you can see here, we're eating under the canvas tent. And this is an example of our dinner. You definitely do not go hungry, and it is so good. The food is outstanding. I'm really impressed. Rummy came over and said hi to me. I'm brushing my teeth and getting ready to go to bed. I'm exhausted from traveling and riding all day, but it was fantastic. This is our sunset view. Really hope you enjoyed day one, horse lovers. Okay, so I just woke up. We're in our tent, just getting ready. And we're going to be eating breakfast soon, which you're going to see. And then we're going to head out for another day of riding. So we slept in tents last night, and it was actually pretty warm. The temperature is about like 85 during the day, and then it gets down to about 40 at night. So it's a big drop, but we stayed super warm in our sleeping bags. It's more so just figuring out what to wear, like going between like a winter coat and then like a tank top or a t-shirt. So yeah. All right, let's eat breakfast and then let's ride.
That's coffee on the right.
Here I'm drinking my signature cowgirl coffee, which is hot cocoa and then a little splash of espresso mixed in. It's absolutely delicious. Ruby's on fire today. Every day, Ruby and Ross call the horses up and they come running, which I'll show you at some point in the video. It's really neat to see. And then they feed them and tack them up for us. They get everything ready. So that's a really cool part of the experience as well. And now we're gonna mount up and head out for the day. Really excited. This is so cute. Look at this butterfly that landed on Rummy. It's just little moments like this that make my heart so happy. Nature is so beautiful and so astounding. So I just really took in this moment and I thought it was just so peaceful and sweet. Now we're heading out of cow camp. We're gonna hit the trail, make sure all the cows are okay, and conquer the day. I got Miss Rummy again. She is such a trusty steed. I really enjoy riding her. She took really great care of me. I'm sure she'll do the same today. And I'm excited to see more landscape and explore the Wyoming mountains on horseback. So Ross will rotate the horses and leave 2 of them behind while we go out. Well, those 2 pushed the gate open and escaped, so he had to go back and rope them and put them back in the corral. So that was right when we left cow camp, so that was our entertainment. Again, we're just keeping an eye on the cows, making sure all of them look good and healthy, and we're just setting out on our adventure for the day and trail riding too. Now you're beginning to see the diversity of the landscape, how we were in more a desert area and then it opens up into a valley, and now we're in like a very lush part with like creeks and some marshes. Really love how it changes and all the beautiful trees. It is just so unique to see all these spectacular views and scenes. I just absolutely love it. Could not imagine anything better. Honestly, most of the trails are pretty easy to moderate. There are some spots where you have some cliffs and some, tricky, creeks to cross and those type of things and ditches and logs. But overall, compared to some other places that I've ridden, I don't think the terrain is as challenging as I thought it might be. Of course, there are spots up in the mountains. If you climb straight up a steep hill, yes, it's going to be more tricky and difficult. But the trails that we're on specifically are pretty nice, and I feel like they're pretty tame. I love seeing all of the different peaks and the different mountain ranges. Really unique experience, really gorgeous. This is so fun. Something I really liked about our guide Ross is that he knew a lot about the history overall, but the history of the land, a lot of different things. I learned so much, so that was really fun to hear about and learn.
Outside of Sedona, Arizona. And I'm like, oh shit. So like, catch anything?
No, I just got here.
Oh.
You went the wrong way at first.
I know I did.
So what do we decide then?
This here is the East Fork River Basin. This is an extremely popular area for fly fishing. It is famous, very well known. It is absolutely stunning and gorgeous, as you can see. Really great for the horses to get their feet in here, cool their legs off, get a drink. I'm just taking in all the views. Of course, most of you know, like, video doesn't always do justice. This looks incredible on the video, but it's also just stunning, even more stunning in person. This is great so the horses can get a drink, and as you can see, Rummy is playing and splashing in the water. Behind her you have Outlaw, you have Senator, Skunk Cap. You'll get to meet more of the horses throughout the duration of the video as well. They're all really well behaved and doing a great job. Now we're heading up the hillside and we're gonna have a picnic up here. We took a nap, so it was really nice. I didn't get footage of the picnic because I just wanted to take a break and relax. Plus you saw the picnic from yesterday. But yeah, every day we take a break, give the horses some time to rest, eat our lunch, and just, you know, immerse in nature. Really fun, really great, beautiful views. This section is absolutely beautiful, like nothing I've ever seen before. This part of the trail was saturated with pine trees. They smell fantastic. If you've never smelled a forest full of pine, I highly recommend it. This part just reminded me of like an enchanted forest with the stream running through and the super tall trees and all of the greenery. It was beautiful. Again, video doesn't always do justice, and this looked so awesome in person. Also, I just wanted to mention we're in the Shoshone National Forest. So if you're wondering, you know, what area we are in, and we're in Du Bois, Wyoming. Oh my gosh, look at Penny. Look at her up there.
Hey, what are you doing, you dummy? Come here.
Dude, where was she gonna go? It was like pretty impressive though. Okay, so we are out of the forest and away from the river basin, and as you can see, we're now in more like a desert, high desert, desolate area. Again, you're seeing how vast the landscape is and how drastic it can be and how quickly it can change, which I find extremely fascinating. So we are heading back to cow camp now. You can see some of the cattle off in the horizon over there. This has been a really long ride. I think it's been 5 hours, and overall, I think we'll end up riding 5.5, 6 hours. So we spent a lot of time in the saddle. and we're just heading back into camp, checking on the cows as we come in. None of the cows were out of place. None of them looked sick or injured today, so we didn't really have to do much with the cattle, but we keep our eyes peeled in case any issues arise with them or if we need to do anything. We are experiencing the true, authentic cowboy ranch life up here at camp. And some people, like Ross, this is what they do every single day. And it's definitely a lifestyle. This isn't just a hobby or a job. It is 100% a lifestyle. The group has been getting along really well. The other riders that are with us, they are from France. So they are visiting the US and they are exploring all different parts of the US, and they are lovely people. It's been really fun talking to them, getting to know them, asking them different questions too. We're all just having a great time. And again, Ruby and Ross are fantastic and putting forth a lot of information, doing a really great job, like keeping us safe and accompanying us on the trails. And they're very hospitable too. We made it back into cow camp. We are all tired and weary and sore from our long ride today. It was a hot summer day. We got to see some very beautiful views. And now we're just going to eat dinner and rest. And then I think we're going to all make our way back to our tents and relax and go to bed because we're so tired. This was the beautiful sunset we got to lay our eyes on as we rested and made our way back to our tents. Hope you enjoyed day 2. Okay, so this is day 3 at camp. So we've been riding 5 to 6 hours every day and sleeping in this tent as you saw before. And we're gonna have breakfast soon like we do every morning. We have breakfast, coffee, and then we set out for our riding for the day. So this has been really fun and such a unique experience. And it's definitely different, like being at cow camp where, you know, you don't have any electricity, no service, like no like plumbing, nothing. Like it's all just kind of roughing it. Really cool. So I hope you're enjoying too. And yeah, we're gonna go eat and ride. The horses were all rounded up for the morning, and Mr. Outlaw here was taking a little snooze. He's absolutely adorable. He is a gentle giant. I think he's so cute. You're a good boy. You sleepy head? You sleepy head? So today I get to ride Annie. She's so cute. It'll be fun. Annie is a Belgian quarter horse cross. She seems really gentle, and I'm excited to get to ride her and spend some time on another horse, even though Rummy is such a sweet girl. So we might get a little bit of rain today. It's overcast and a little breezy, so we'll see how it goes. But I got my rain gear on, waterproof pants, jacket, and then we might go move some cows that are not where they're supposed to be. So we'll see how the day goes. We just left camp, and right away, basically almost inside of camp, Ross noticed that some cattle were not in the correct grazing allotment. So we are going to head over to them and go move them back into the correct area and figure out where they might have slipped through on the fence and go from there. I'm really excited to go move some cows and get done what needs to be done. We're by the cattle now. We're gonna move them over. Penny is also assisting in moving the cattle as well. She's doing a really good job. Penny's only a year old, just a little over that, so she's still learning everything. But she works really hard and has a great work ethic, and it's really amazing to see the partnership between her and Ross and to actually see a working dog. All right, let's see what Annie can do, moving some cattle away as well. I've done a lot of things with my horses and a lot of different disciplines, but I never have actually moved cattle, so this will be something that's unique for me, and I think it's really fun, and it's very practical. Like, this isn't just moving cattle for fun. We're only moving them when they need to be moved, and that's what I really like about this authentic experience is, again, this is real mountain life, and we're getting a taste of it here. And I think it's great to experience different things that are outside of your comfort zone, or doing things that you don't do every day or haven't done before. And that's another reason why I think this trip is really great and why I decided to do it as well. I knew this would be a different experience. I knew I would learn a lot of different things and kind of see what this lifestyle is all about. We all worked together as a team and pushed the cattle into the correct area through this gate part. So that was really good. Now they're in the correct spot and we can continue on.
Oh. Well, so much for the cheater bar.
Getting a little cooler and cloudier. We're getting some sprinkles of mist from the sky, but we're heading up to a different area. And again, the overviews and the landscape is beautiful. This is Ruby. She's amazing. Hello. She's from Scotland. This here is Castle Rock. It was my favorite landmark. The top of it looks like a castle, hence the name. I thought it was super beautiful. Super cool with the clouds today. There's a little bit of smoke, so it's hard to see some of the really big mountains in the back, but this is really cool. We also got to see some deer and antelope on this ride, which was really fun and different. Another deer. There's another deer. I actually really love riding in this type of weather, like the overcast, the misty, a little bit of rain. It makes it a lot cooler, and I just think it's really fun. So, we came across more cows that were not in the correct grazing allotment, so we are going to move these cattle as well. There's a lot more cows in this section, so we're going to get them all together and then move them to the correct grazing allotment. This is going to be fun. I'm so happy we get to move cows today. This is such a great experience. Hello. We're all working together as a team to get these cows moving in the correct direction as well. Annie is doing a really great job taking care of me. She's a very steady and reliable mount. All of the horses are. She's doing good moving the cows too. Okay, so we moved the cattle where they're supposed to be. So there's different grazing allotments that are allowed. So now they're in the correct one. The one behind us right here is the one they were not allowed in. So got it figured out. We also saw another herd of antelope, so that was fun to see again. We had another great lunch up on the hillside. It's been raining, but it did clear up a little bit. And we are making our way back to camp. So today we ended up riding for about 4 hours. And it was really nice because we got to move some cattle. We got to see some beautiful views. This was one of my favorite spots because it's so green. There's flowers. You can still see the hillside. Absolutely spectacular. I think this was my favorite ride so far. I loved being able to work the cattle, see the different terrain, and again, I loved riding in kind of the rainy, misty views. We made it back to camp and we went for a little hike so we could see another view of cow camp just on top of the hillside. Super gorgeous. We just hung out for the afternoon. We did some roping. Ross was teaching the boys how to rope some cattle. Got excited. Good job.
Throw your rope out.
Oh my gosh.
These are not instructions. This is just.
Ooh, close. Nice. You're almost here. Somebody's in heat. Sass. And Skunk Cat is just way up in her butt.
Yeah, he was a crew.
Okay, that makes sense. I was like, he doesn't act like super steady, but he was. So as you saw, Ross cooked us dinner over the fire. We had a lovely dinner, and then we all just relaxed and went to bed. So it's a rainy day up in the mountains, so we might go for an afternoon ride later. This is the last day. We will leave and go back to the ranch in the morning. We'll get a ride down there. But yeah, it's honestly like really cool. Like I love kind of seeing the mountains and the cloud formations. It's awesome. We just had breakfast. This has been so fun just to kind of like get away from everything and experience something totally unique, at least unique to me. And I think this would be an amazing experience if you want to really get a good feel of like Wyoming and just kind of living out in more of a desolate area for a few days and just kind of disconnecting from like the everyday life. It's really cool. And just the scenery on horseback has been spectacular. It's been really fun getting to know everybody as well on the trip, and we're just having a blast. So yeah, it's so cool. And the horses, they just get to kind of roam around while we're hanging out and eating, and the food has been absolutely outstanding. It's cooked over a campfire, as you saw. Like there's snacks, like all the food is like really good quality and it's so good. So that's a really cool part about this trip too. It's been pouring down rain all morning continuously, but it finally lightened up a little bit. So we are going to go on a short afternoon ride. I'm just happy we're able to get back out again, and I'll be on Miss Annie as well. Okay, so it's the last day of riding. We've had a lot of rain this morning, so we're heading out this afternoon. It'll still be a great time. It's a little cloudy. We might get more rain, but we're just happy we can get back in the saddle. And I'm on Annie again. She's so sweet. Being up in the mountains and riding when it's like cloudy and overcast today, especially more so than yesterday, is absolutely gorgeous. It's like foggy, it looks so mystical, really pretty. The thing about the mountains is the landscapes can change very quickly as well, just like the diversity of the terrain. Up in the mountains, a lot of things are unpredictable. The weather can change instantly. Even in the summertime, you can get snow. The summers are also really short. Like Ross was saying, he wasn't even able to get up here at cow camp to get everything going until middle of June because there's still so much snow and ice. So you want to keep that in mind as well. The mountains are truly amazing. Due to the weather, we were able to get out for a 2-hour ride, so we decided to go hiking afterwards, and we found this antler shed. So that was super fun. Those are worth about $22 a pound up here right now, so really cool, but we're gonna keep this as a little souvenir. Awesome. We're gonna hike up to another overlook as well. So pretty.
King of the mountain. Queen of the mountain, I should say. Honey.
We all just hiked up here. Say hi.
Are you the king of the mountain?
How much that maple syrup we managed to go through this year.
After riding, hiking, then dinner, we just hung out for a little while. We're gonna have a campfire later. Annie came up here, so I'm just petting her and saying hi. So peaceful and relaxing. This is our last night here, and we head back to the ranch in the morning. And yeah, this has been so fun. She's such a sweet girl. I know, that's funny. You're so sweet. Wait. It is the next morning and our last morning at the ranch. As you can see, the horses are galloping in from the field, and I'm going to introduce you to each one of these lovely mounts as they canter in. So here you have Miss Rummy, who was my amazing mount the first couple days. Then you have JB, and then here is Big Red. All of the horses are fantastic, and hearing and seeing them run in is just absolutely breathtakingly magical. In the lead there you have Miss Annie, who I also rode the last 2 days. Then you have Skunk Cap, and then you have Senator. Right there is Miss Lodi, and then the one behind her, I cannot remember the name for the life of me, but that horse was really sweet and did a great job taking care of one of the kids. And last but not least, we have Mr. Outlaw. He is the biggest horse amongst them, at least weight-wise. He's absolutely gorgeous and stunning. I'm sort of obsessed with him. And there you have Ross's lovely herd and trusty steeds. They all did a fantastic job. They're all very well broke, well cared for, and I was very happy with that. It's time to say goodbye to them as we are going to be heading back to the ranch, and we're done with our vacation. This was so fun and an amazing experience, and you can check out all the links below for more information. We're having our last breakfast over the campfire. They all did a great job taking care of us. And now it's time to say goodbye to our guides, Ruby and Ross. They were amazing, highly recommend. Now we get a truck ride back to the ranch. It's a little scary with all the cliffs, but it was really fun to kind of see the landscape from the road. All right, horse lovers, so we just got a ride back down from cow camp in the truck, which you saw a little bit of. It was really cool. What an amazing experience. This was so authentic
to be able to spend time out in nature with the horses, checking on the cows, camping for a few days. What a cool trip. Highly recommend coming to Bitterroot Ranch in Du Bois, Wyoming. Really, really cool experience. I hope you enjoyed seeing everything. I'll see you next time, horse lovers. Bye.